Hello students, welcome to my class. Today I am going to discuss the solution of the transcendental equation by Newton-Raphson method. In my previous class, I have already discussed different kinds of method of solving transcendental equation, of which the bisection method and the regular falsi method were very much famous. Okay, but this section, that is the Newton-Raphson method, is very important for your examination, and every year the questions are usually coming from this section. Okay, and the multiple questions may be come from this section. Okay, so this section cannot be ignored, so this is very important for your examination. Okay, so let me first write down the statement of the method, and then I will discuss this method by solving a problem. Okay, and that would be very much easier for you to understand. So first let me discuss the statement of the method. Okay, so this method is very much useful to find out the real roots of the equation f of x equal to 0, of the transcendental equation f of x equal to 0. Okay, so what I am doing here, actually I have to construct a recurrence relation. Okay, and that will give me a sequence xi. Okay, and which will converge to the desired root r. Okay, so what I am doing here, so usually we will construct a recurrence relation. Okay, a recurrence relation which enables us to find out the sequence xi converging to the desired root r, Okay, that is, here we will solve this kind of equation by constructing a recurrence relation or by constructing an iterative formula. Okay, and at each steps, at every steps, this formula give you more better approximation than the former one. Okay, so after some iterative step you will get your desired root. So the sequence actually converging to the desired root r. Okay, so what is the essence of this method? That is, consider the equation y equal to f of x equal to 0. Okay, and here first I will select a number x0 which is very much close to the root. Okay, so x0 is the point which are near to the root. Okay, which are near to the root f of x equal to 0. So what I am doing here, I am expanding this function f of x in a Taylor series about the point x0. Okay, so now expanding f of x in a Taylor series about the point x0, we get about the point x0, we get f of x equal to f of x0 plus x minus x0 into f dash x0 plus x minus x0 by factorial 2 into f double dash x0 plus up to dot dot. Okay, so this is the Taylor series of f of x about the point x0. Okay, so what I am doing here, I am expanding f of x in Taylor series about the point x0. Now in our next step, I will take the first approximation, okay, for which I will neglect all the higher order terms, okay. So now the first approximation, is x1, okay. So you have to write x1 in the place of x, okay, and you have to take up to this first order term, okay, because these higher terms will be neglected in the first approximation, okay. So what will we get? That is f of x1 equal to f of x0 plus x1 minus x0 into f dash x0. Okay, so I am taking these first two terms and I have substituted x1 in the place of x. Okay, so from this section what I have got, that is x1 minus x0 into f dash x0 is equal to f of x1 minus f of x0. Okay, f of x1 minus f of x0. Okay, now what I am doing here, I have to take the first approximation. So this is the root, okay. So for which f of x1 equal to 0, because x1 is the first approximated root of this equation. So for any root of the equation, this equation should be equal to 0, okay. F of x1 equal to 0 because x1 is the first approximated root, okay. So what I am doing here, so x1 equal to 0, so it will give you x1 minus x0 f dash x0. So f of x1 is 0, so 0 minus f of x0, okay. So this will give you x1 equal to x0 minus f of x0 divided by f dash x0, okay. So this is the first approximation, and obviously f of x1 equal to 0 because x1 is the root of this equation, first approximated root of this equation. So you can write 0 in the place of f of x1, okay. So finally what we have got? We have got this one, okay, that is x1 equal to x0 plus x0 minus f of x0 divided by f dash x0, okay. So this x1 is called the first approximation of the root of f of x equal to 0. So actually x0 was the initial approximation because x0 is the point which is very near to the root. So you can consider x0 as the initial approximation, okay. So now x1 is the more better approximation than x0, okay. So x0 will give you the more better approximated root of f of x than x0, okay. Now if I continue this process, okay, so after n steps it will give you xn plus 1 equal to xn minus f of xn divided by f dash xn. So this is the generalized formula for Newton-Raphson method. Okay, so this is the actually generalized formula. Now you can place n equal to 0, then it will give you x1. Okay, you can place n equal to 2, n equal to 1, it will give you x2, n equal to 2, it will give you x3. Okay, so by this iterative formula you will get a sequence of x0, x1, x2, x3, x4, x5, and how far you can go, how far you want to go, you can use this formula. Okay, and after some iterative steps you will notice that this sequence will converge to a desired root, and that is the desired root of the equation f of x equal to 0. Okay, so this is the statement of the method. This is called Newton-Raphson method. Okay, so what is the method actually? So I am now giving the summary of the method, that is, we consider the equation y equal to f of x equal to 0. Okay, now we want to find out the root of this equation. Okay, for which what I am doing, I am considering a point x0 which is very near to the root. Okay, now taking x0, I am expanding f of x in a Taylor series about the point x0 by this relation. Okay, now what is the first approximation? So for first approximation I will consider this relation up to the first order. Okay, so it is the first approximation x1. Okay, now I am writing x1 in the place of x. Okay, and therefore this is the first approximated relation. Okay, now since f of x1 equal to 0, because x1 is the approximated root of this equation, so therefore f of x1 equal to 0. So after putting f of x1 equal to 0, we will get this relation. Okay, that is x1 equal to x0 minus f of x0 divided by f dash x0. Okay, so this is the first iterative method. Okay, now after some steps, so this x1 will give you the more better approximated root than x0. Okay, so after some steps what I am getting this kind of iterative formula. Okay, now this is called the Newton-Raphson method. Now if you put n equal to 0, it will give you x1. If you put n equal to 1, it will give you x2. N equal to 2, it will give you x3. Okay, and so on, and you will gradually notice that this x0, x1, x2, x3, that will converge to a root. So that is the root of the equation f of x equal to 0. Okay, now what I am doing, I will do a problem of Newton-Raphson method so that you can understand this method more clearly. Okay, so let me remove it. So hope you have understood the statement. So I am removing this one. So I am writing the recurrence formula or the iterative formula for Newton-Raphson method in this corner, so that you can use this one to solve your problems. Okay, so what was the formula? That is xn plus 1 equal to xn minus f of xn divided by f dash xn. This is the Newton-Raphson formula. Okay, now I am considering a problem. Okay, that is, find the real root of x cube plus x square plus 3x plus 4 equals to 0, correct up to 4 decimal places. That is, you have to consider the root 4 decimal places after the point. So you have to take the root, that is, if it is a point, then you have to suppose 1.2 0.2347. Okay, so 0.2347. So you are considering 4 decimal places after point. Okay, so that is the meaning of the 4 decimal places using Newton-Raphson method. Now notice that this method is mentioned in this question. Okay, so if some method is mentioned in your question, then you have to use to solve the root by using that method only. Okay, otherwise you will not be credited any kind of marks. Okay, so this is the, so you have to find out the real root of this equation. Okay, so what is the solution? So here what is f of x? F of x is this one, that is x cube plus x square plus 3x plus 4 equal to 0. Okay, so this is the transcendental equation. Now you have to find out the root of this equation up to 4 decimal places. Okay, so you have to consider it up to 4 decimal places after the point. Okay, so first of all you have to consider something that is near to the root. Okay, so you have to consider some range that is near to the root. Okay, so you have to consider a range that the root is lying within the range. Okay, so now what I am doing here, so first of all I have to ensure that what kind of root is existing here. Okay, is it a positive real root or is it a negative real root? So for which the Descartes rule of sign is very important method. Okay, so for f of x, look at that, here plus 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 plus, so all the terms are positive, so no changes in sign. Okay, so no changes in sign, therefore no positive real root. Okay, why? Because no changes in sign. Okay, now for negative real root you have to consider f of minus x. So you have to write minus x in the place of, I am writing it more clearly. So minus x in the place of x. So it will give you minus x cube, it will give you x square, it will give you minus 3x, and this is a constant term 4. So if you write minus x in the place of x, then it will give you minus x cube plus x square minus 3x plus 4. Okay, so look at that, this is negative, this is positive, this is negative, this is positive. Okay, so there is a change, so positive, negative to positive, then positive to negative. Okay, and then negative to positive. Okay, so 3 changes are there, 3 changes of sign, therefore this shows that 3 negative real root. Okay, so this equation does not have any positive real root because no changes in sign. Okay, and this equation must have 3 negative real roots because this is a third degree equation, so it should have 3 roots, and this Descartes rule of sign shows that all the 3 roots are the negative real roots because there are 3 changes in sign in the negative in f of minus x. Okay, so therefore all the real roots are negative. So it is very clear that, so you have to choose a range which is negative, that is suppose minus 1 to minus 2 or minus 2 to minus 3, because the root is obviously negative and this negative root should lie between a negative range because all the roots are negative. Okay, so I am considering f of minus 1. So what is f of minus 1? That is minus 1 whole cube minus 1 whole square, 3 into minus 1 plus 4. So what is giving? So it is minus 1 this is plus 1, this is minus 3, this is plus 4. So therefore this one is cancelled out, and therefore this is 1. So this shows that this is greater than 0. Now if I consider f of minus 2, because I have to consider a range, okay, and for which I am considering minus 1 to minus 2, okay, because all the roots are the negative real roots. So this real root should lie between a negative range, okay. So what is f of minus 2? So this shows that minus 2 whole cube plus minus 2 whole square plus 3 into minus 2 plus 4. So therefore this will give you minus 8 plus 4 minus 6 plus 4, okay. So it will give you 8 minus 6 is minus 14, and this is 8. So this shows that minus 6, and this is obviously less than 0, okay. So this shows that these two are of opposite sign, and you have already known that if at the corner point the functions are at opposite sign, so this shows that there should exist a root between that 2 points, okay. So this shows that there exists a root between minus 1 between minus 1 and minus 2, okay. So up to this step, what I am doing here, I have first find out the nature of the root, okay, that is there exists negative real root. Then what I have done, I have found out the existence of the root between a range, okay. So between this range minus 1 to minus 2, the root of this equation, the negative real root of this equation should exist, okay. So what I am doing here, I have taken x0 equals to minus 1, okay. Now I have to construct x1, x2, x3 by using Newton's-Raphson method. Now what is the Newton-Raphson method? This is the Newton-Raphson method, okay. So using this formula, using this iterative formula, I will gradually get a sequence of approximated roots, okay. So therefore x0 equal to minus 1. So I am taking, because the range is minus 1 to minus 2, okay. So I am taking the initial position, that is x0, no. So actually minus 2 to minus 1, because this is a negative. So minus 2 is obviously lesser than minus 1. So minus 2 to minus 1, okay. So I am taking x0 equals to minus 1. So the extreme corner point, okay. Now what is x1? So for x1, if I am using this formula, then here should be n equals to 0. So for n equals to 0, okay. So for n equals to 0, what I have got, that is x0 minus f of x0 divided by f dash x0, okay. So what is f of x0? F of x0 means f of minus 1, and f of minus 1 is 1, obviously I have previously calculated it. Now what is f dash x0, for which I have to calculate the f dash x, okay. So the f dash x is 3x square plus 2x plus 3, that is the first derivative of this function, okay. So 3x square plus 2x plus 3, okay. Now f dash minus 1, that is you need f dash x0. So therefore we need f dash minus 1, okay. So f dash x0 equals to, so I am writing it more clearly, I think. So therefore f dash x0 equal to f dash minus 1. So this shows that 3 into minus 1 whole square plus 2 into minus 1 plus 3. So this shows that 3 minus 2 plus 3. So 3 3 6 minus 2, that is 4, okay. So I have got all the values. So therefore what is x0? x0 is minus 1. So this is minus 1. What is f of x0? F of x0 is plus 1. So 1 by 4, that is minus 1 minus 0.25. So this shows that minus 1.25. Okay. So this is the first approximation. So therefore this root is in between minus 2 to minus 1, that is minus 1.25. It is lesser than minus 1 obviously. So minus 1.25. This is the first approximation. Now, so this is the first approximation, first iteration or first approximation. Okay. Okay. Now what I will do, that is I will do the second approximation. Okay. So I have got x0, I have got x1. Now I will find out x2. Okay. So I am removing this portion. That is, what is x2? That is, for x2 you need n equals to 1. Yes, for n is equal to 1 it will give you x2. So therefore x1 minus f of x1 divided by f dash x1. Okay. So what is f of x1? So let me take the calculator. Just wait. Let me take the So what is x1? Okay. Now I have to calculate f of x1 first. So x1 is minus 1.25. Okay. So what is f of x1? So you have to write 1.25 in the place of x. Okay. So it will give you 1.25 into 1.25 into 1.25, because it is x's cube. Sorry. It will give you minus 1.25 into minus 1.25 into minus 1.25. Okay. And then plus 1.25 into 1.25. Okay. Minus 3 into 1.25 plus 4. Okay. So it will give you minus 0.140625. Okay. Now what is f dash x1? So you need f dash x1 here. So what is f dash x1? So this is actually f dash x. Okay. So you have to put x1, that is f dash minus 1.25. So you have to put minus 1.25 in the place of this expression. Okay. So therefore 3 into 1.25 into 1.25 minus 2 into 1.25 plus 3. So it will give you 5.1875. Okay. 5.1875. So therefore now you put all this relation here. So minus 1.25 minus, so there is minus and there is another minus, so minus minus plus 0.140625 divided by 5.1875. Okay. So I am removing this one. Okay. So now I am calculating this. So therefore 0.1400625 divided by 5.1875. Okay. This minus 1.25. So it will give you minus 1.2229, minus 1.2229. Actually it will give you more precisely, actually minus 1.22289. okay. So since it is in the questions that you have to take the root up to 4 decimal places, so I will consider this up to 4 place. So since this is 9, so it will give you minus 1.2229. okay. So this is x2. So what is x0? That was x0, that was x1, and that was x2. okay. So according to this, so I have got the root up to 4 decimal places. okay. Now you can continue this process by using this method, that is you can find out x3, you can find out x4. So for x3 you have to choose n equals to 2. okay, and this will give you x3. So therefore x3 means x2, f of x2 minus f dash x2. okay. So you have got x2 here. okay. Now if you put this value in the expression of f of x, I have already removed that. So the expressions for f of x was x cube plus x square plus 3x plus 4. okay. So if you substitute the value this one in f of x, then it will give you you will get f of x2. okay. Similarly in this expression, from this expression you will get f dash x2. okay. So all these values you can substitute here and you will get x3. okay. But since in these steps I have got a root up to the 4 decimal places, so I can stop here. okay. So look at that, in each steps this method will give you more approximated root or more better roots than the previous one. So maybe you will get x3 that is more better than x2. okay. So that is first, that is actually our assumption. That is the first approximation and that is the second approximation, and you will approximation. okay. So you will consider more approximation like that by using Newton-Raphson method. okay. So what I have done here, I have done today the statement of the Newton-Raphson method, and I have shown a problem to you by using the to solve the problem by using the Newton-Raphson method. okay. So questions, the problems are coming from this section. okay. So it should not be ignored, you should read it. It is a very useful method to solve the solution of the transcendental equation. So today actually it is the end of the numerical analysis, and that is actually there are many more things in numerical analysis, but according to your syllabus this Newton-Raphson method was the last topic of numerical analysis according to your syllabus. okay. So I think hope you have understood this problem, and from our next class I will discuss a new section. Maybe it is integral calculus or maybe it is linear programming problem. So till then stay tuned. Thank you.